Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going old school again. I've got some rich raspberry Stampin' Up ink and I have my Stampin' jig again. I am also using the Stampin' Up's Hey Chick card stamps from many moons ago. And like in one of my previous videos, I've lined up the I kind of lined up the stamps beforehand to decide how big this piece of cardstock needed to be. This is just standard white cardstock. And I'm going to stamp the chicken, my favorite chicken in the set. I just think he's so nuts. I've stamped him in the rich raspberry. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' jig so I can line up the sentiment. So you pop the plastic sheet into the corner of the handle of the Stampin' jig and then stamp down, obviously right way up. And line up the image that you now have on the plastic sheet onto your cardstock where you want it or your project. And once you have that lined up, you hold that and your cardstock piece in place. Gently put the candle back into the top corner of the plastic sheet, and then ink and stamp your stamp down again, using the corner of the acrylic block into the corner of the handle. I hope that made some sense. I could have actually made that piece of cardstock a little bit smaller, but that's fine. We're going to go with it. So this is sort of like an almost monochromatic look. I had to add another color in just because it just wouldn't have worked otherwise. I think I could have done it a slightly different way, but this is kind of a longer piece. So I have some rich raspberry cardstock. I happen to have some of that kind of determined the ink color as well. And then I have, which is just a little bit bigger, sorry, it's probably about 1/8 of an inch bigger than the white piece of cardstock that we stamped on. And then I'm using an old EK Success border punch, and I just punched the edge of a piece of yellow, I think it's, I want to say it's Daffodil Delight, but it's yellow cardstock, and that's just going to highlight the chicken, because otherwise it will be rich raspberry on rich raspberry, and that wouldn't make sense in my head. So I just wanted to add something else because the main image is kind of long and narrow. So having just a little border of punched edge just gives it a little bit of something. And then I'm going to stick the yellow one to the rich raspberry piece, and then the whole thing is going onto a white card base, which I believe this is about a 4x4 inch card. I think that's what size I had this one at. So it's about 4x4, so each one is 1/4 of an inch smaller, each layer is 1/4 of an inch. And then just to add something else, I decided to pop up the chicken. This is about 2 mil thick, so it's quite chunky foam adhesive. In hindsight, I would have either used a narrower one, or like a 1 mil, or not bothered at all and just stuck it flat to the card. So if you don't have foam or you don't like popping things up, you can just stick it flat to the card. It'll still look cute. So I hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and I hope you give this a try, and until next time, bye for now.